Hey guys, this is Scott from Forgot to Grow Up Podcast. Welcome to week 16, part 8 of our countdown to Avengers Infinity War. This week we're talking about the 17th installment in the MCU, Thor Ragnarok from 2017. Now if you guys have seen one of these videos before, or if you haven't, I'm just going to break down the movie for you, then give you 3 quick trivia facts at the end about the movie, just to get you a quick refresher about it before the Avengers Infinity War movie, which is coming out in a few weeks. Alright guys, so let's just dive right into Thor Ragnarok and get started. Alright, so we start off Thor Ragnarok with Thor returning to Asgard again, as he does in every one of the Thor movies, but he returns to Asgard, but this time he finds Loki impersonating Odin and doing a terrible job running Asgard. And so obviously Thor's just like, no Loki, this isn't happening, where's Dad? And so Loki and Thor go to Earth, where Loki sent Odin to hide him away so that he could keep impersonating being Odin. Anyways, Thor and Loki go to Earth to find Odin, and when they find him, they find that he's preparing to die. That's right, Odin's time's come. He's ready to pass on. And as he passes on, and before Thor and Loki even have a chance to shed a tear, before they can even cry or mourn, they're confronted by their evil, estranged, long-lost sister who they never knew existed, Hela, the goddess of death. And a name like that, you just know she's here for trouble. And Hela, and she is. She's come to rule Asgard because she thinks it's her rightful throne, because she's the oldest of all Odin's children, and she thinks she thinks she deserves Asgard. So obviously she defeats and dispatches of Thor and Loki, destroying Thor's hammer, Mjolnir in the process. Yeah, she just grabs it and just cracks it like it's an egg, like nothing. So Thor's without his hammer, and him and Loki get tossed out of the Bifrost and end up on a random planet called Sakaar, which is where all random wormholes end up apparently if they don't get to where they want to. But anyways, this is a big trash kind of planet, but it's also a planet where prisoners are forced to fight in a gladiator arena style battle. I hope that was clear. It's gladiator, but with aliens and Thor. Okay guys, it's Planet Hulk, for God's sakes. You might not know what that means. It's a comic book reference. I haven't read it either. Anyways, so once Thor is on Sakaar, he discovers that the Hulk is there. And then he's the champion of Sakaar in these arena champion gladiator battles. And Hulk has been living there and fighting in the arena battles. And that's why he's the champion. And he's just so popular. And but he hasn't been Bruce Banner in like 2 years. He's just been the Hulk. So after a little battle between Thor and the Hulk, they decide they need to team up. Hulk needs to get out of there. So they team up with Loki and Valkyrie, who is a fallen Asgardian warrior. She's badass, the most badass. And they all return to Asgard to defeat Hela. Well, that's the plan at least. So Hela and Thor face off. This time Thor losing an eye. That's right. He pulls an Odin, loses an eye, but he also realizes that even without his hammer, he's still the god of thunder and lightning. He's still Thor. He's got that lightning power, or that thunder power. It's kind of confusing the way they refer to it. Thunder and lightning is very mixed up sometimes. Anyways, so it's a big showdown, but they figure out that they can't just defeat Hela, because Hela draws her power from Asgard itself. So Thor reluctantly, in order to defeat Hela, he revives an old villain to destroy his beloved home, to destroy Asgard, and in doing so defeat Hela. And maybe kill her, that part's a little ambiguous, but they save the day. Thor saves what's left of the Asgardians from before Asgard's blown up, and they embark to find a new home on a refugee ship. And that's the movie, except for the 2 post-credit scenes, guys. Can't forget about the post-credit scenes. So 2 post-credit scenes I have. First one is you see Thor and Loki, and they're on the Asgardian refugee ship, and they're trying to figure out where should we go next. Earth seems like a kind of logical choice, but at the same time, do they want to burden Earth with all these Asgardians? But before they can come to a resolution or decision, their ship is descended upon by a giant spaceship, and we learn this is Thanos' spaceship. Dun dun dun! Thor will return in Avengers Infinity War. And the second post-credit scene I have for you guys was we see back on Sakaar, we see the Grandmaster, aka Jeff Goldblum, he's playing himself. He's just hanging out on an alien planet at the moment. Anyways, he was the one who was ruling over Sakaar, and the one in charge of these gladiator battles. But when Hulk and Thor left, they kind of started a revolution, and so all the prisoners before kind of turned on Jeff Goldblum. And so Jeff Goldblum, we see in this post-credits scene, is surrounded by these recently rebelled former subjects. That's a hard word to say. Anyways, so he attempts to declare that this revolution was a great idea, and that was his idea, and that we should all just call it a tie in an attempt to save his skin from being eaten by aliens. But that's the second post-credit scene for you guys, and that's the end of Thor Ragnarok. I know it's a little quicker. This is a more recent movie. I don't want to spoil too much of the plot, because this is a very fun movie that you guys should definitely check out. But anyways, I still have 3 trivia facts for you before we go today. So the first trivia fact I have for you guys about Thor Ragnarok is that Thor has this "he's a friend from work" line. It's seen in the trailers. If you haven't seen the movie, I don't know why you'd watch this if you haven't seen the movie. Anyways, that line, "he's a friend from work," about the Hulk was actually suggested to Chris Hemsworth by a Make-A-Wish child who had actually paid a set visit on the day that this scene was filmed, which I thought was pretty cool. And I also thought, Thor, you couldn't come up with that yourself? But good job, Make-A-Wish kid. Anyways, the second trivia fact I have for you guys is that Taika Waititi appears in this film as Korg. He's a big rock dude. He's hilarious. But Taika Waititi is the second Marvel film director to have a major role in his own film, after Jon Favreau, who's also appeared in his own film that he directed, because he directed the first 2 Iron Mans. He also played Happy Hogan, who was Iron Man's driver. He also directed those films. They got that in common. I thought that was cool. Anyways, the third trivia fact I have for you guys is this film's release in 2017 marks the 55th anniversary of the debut of Thor and the Incredible Hulk, which is pretty cool. They both appeared in comics in 1962, and that this movie's release in 2017 marked the 55th anniversary. 2017 also marked the centennial anniversary of their creator, Jack Kirby's birth, which was pretty cool. So if he had still been alive today, he would have been 100 years old, or last year when this was released, he would have been 100 years old. 2017 marked his 100th birthday if he had still been alive. Anyways, that's the third trivia fact I have for you guys. That's the end of week 16, part A. Thanks for joining me this week, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of Thor Ragnarok. If you guys want to hear more about our opinions and stuff, be sure to check out some more of the videos on the channel. Be sure to check out the Forgot to Grow Up podcast on iTunes, Podbean, or wherever you find your podcasts. And thanks for watching to this week, guys. I hope you have a good one.